Hi guys, it's Jeff again from Focus on Marketing, and this is my fourth video in the series of wedding photography. So if you're just starting out, obviously make sure that you've watched the other 3 videos in the series, and there's a few more to come after this. Now, this is a discussion on websites. Now, a lot of wedding photographers tend to copy what other wedding photographers do. So when you're first starting out, there's a tendency, and a lot of the clients who come to me and work with me on the 6 steps to success program to help them turn their business around and make a lot more money from the photography, the first thing I notice is they have a portfolio style website. And the reason they have a portfolio style website is because they checked out all the other wedding photographers in the area and they had portfolio style websites as well. Now, a portfolio style website is a website that looks quite contemporary. It's got hardly any text at all, just a few navigation buttons at the top, an about us, about me page which talks about why that person got into photography and how they started photography when they were like 10-year-old or whatever, and what kit they use and stuff that's completely irrelevant to the bride who's going to be looking at it. And the main focus of that website is just purely images. Now, that's completely the wrong way to go, unfortunately, because the purpose of a website, it should have 2 things. It should be, well, it has 2 purposes. The purpose is to either sell your products or your services, or it's to data capture. So it's to get visitors' emails addresses so you can remarket to them, or you can contact them with future promotions or special offers, or keep in touch with them. You don't want somebody to visit your website, find it really hard to contact you, not find any useful or helpful information about your services, and then just go away. Because remember, everybody, majority of people now, about 80%, are going to be visiting your website through a mobile phone. If they can't find an answer straight away, they're probably not going to ring you. They want to be able to contact you by messenger, by email, by text, something like that. And they want pretty much all the answers to the questions, and they want to download brochures, they want to see price lists. They don't want to have to work for their knowledge. They want to get their knowledge to work, because they're probably going to try about another 10 photographers anyway in the area. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that if they do view your website and then they go on to another website, then at least you've managed to get some details of them. They've downloaded a brochure, or they've got a top 10 tips guide or something in exchange for their email address. And don't make it complicated. All you want is an email address and a name. Now, with regards to website design, one thing to look at is to think about your ideal client. So if your ideal client is, say, a woman who's 24 to 40-year-old, she's maybe semi-professional or professional, she might be a teacher, she might be a lawyer, solicitor, accountant, something like that, right? So what does she like? What does she enjoy? Does she go on destination holidays? Does she like designer clothing? Now, why go and look at another wedding photographer's website who probably hasn't had any idea about marketing, branding and colour scheme and stuff like that, and they've probably just copied another photographer a couple of years prior? Why not look at some of the big brands who have spent tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of pounds, getting their website design to be exactly what their client really likes, because their ideal client is probably your ideal client. So for example, the people who are buying Michael Kors, Tiffany's, Jimmy Choo's, these women, you'll see a particular style of font, a particular style of colour schemes that are used in websites by these top designer brands, because they've had a brand specialist who's looked and find out what attracts those type of women to websites. And those type of women are also the type of women that you want for your wedding photography, because they've got the disposable income, they fall into the ideal client bracket. So start researching and looking at some of the big brands and how they lay their websites out. Now, another good thing to have on your website is to give something away for free. So you've got plenty of information on there. As soon as you visit the website, it tells the client exactly what you do. So that you're a destination wedding photographer, you're a country house, specialist country house wedding photographer, or you're a documentary style, reportage style wedding photographer, and then underneath that you want to tell them exactly what you do. So you told them what your job title is, you're a documentary style wedding photographer, but what you do is capture the fun and the emotion of your big day hassle free. So straight away they can see what the benefit is by booking you. And when you talk about yourself on your website, don't talk about you, don't talk about how you're interested in photography and what type of cameras you use. Talk about what it is you do for them, how you make them feel. Your whole website should be about the people who are visiting. Tell stories, include lots of testimonials, and tell stories about the emotional side of the day, because people aren't buying pictures, they're buying the emotion. A lot of photographers won't be giving stuff away for free, so they'll not be given a top 10 list on how to have a perfect day. You know, top 10 tips to planning your wedding, top 10 tips to have a hassle-free day. You could also even include a downloadable voucher. So a $200 or £200 voucher to use against the cost of your wedding package if booked before this particular day. So they will download that voucher, then get in touch. It's an incentive for them to do something. Now, I've also spoke to a lot of photographers who are using things like search engine optimization companies to get their websites high in the rankings, and that's fantastic, great. But if you've got no call to action, no data capture, then and no reason for the people to contact you, because remember they're going to be looking at another 10 websites or possibly of other photographers in the area, then you might be, you know, near the top of Google. You might have had 4,000 unique visitors, but when I speak to some of my clients who just start working with me and we start changing their business around and redeveloping the brand and the website, I'll say, all right, so you've had 4,000 unique visitors in the past 30 days. How many email addresses do you have? How many people have actually contacted you directly? Now, when it comes down to like 0, then is it really worth spending that money on search engine optimization when people can visit your website and come away from it and you're never going to capture those people again? You need to be getting their email addresses, or you need to be getting them to take action to do something so you can open up those lines of engagement. And when you open up those lines of engagement, you never just say, oh, thanks for your inquiry, here's a copy of my price list. Or, yeah, I'm free on that day, I'd love to do your wedding. You want to start talking to these people. And when you start talking to brides, you talk about it passionately, about that you are really, really enthusiastic about their wedding. Don't talk too much about you. Let them start to talk to you. Ask questions, speak to them. What's your plans for your wedding day? Do you have any colour schemes? Have you got a theme? What are you having to eat? You know, be really, really interested, because if they can start opening up with you and speaking to you, you're going to build a relationship, you're going to build a friendship, and then it's going to be much easier for that person to be converted to a client as from a potential client, because it comes back to the old thing that people buy from people they like. And a lot of the other photographers in the area will just be sending out a price list or just saying, thank you, yes, I've got your date free. If you're interested, drop me a message. It's pretty loose, it doesn't really show any commitment. So yeah, try and show a lot of interest. Sell the emotional side, sell how you look after them on the day. Everything's hassle-free, it's going to be full of fun, it's going to be really relaxed, you're going to capture every little bit about the emotion. Don't go too much into the photographs, because you know every other photographer will be producing great quality photographs anyway. You want to go that next step further. You want to talk about what else you can do for them, how you can make their day so much special, and that they don't have to worry about the photographs, because they know they're going to be fantastic anyway, but you're going to look after them as well. You're going to go that extra mile. So I hope you found this useful. In the next video I'm going to discuss a little bit on pricing. If you do want any more information about what I do and my services, then drop me an email to info@focusonmarketing.co.uk. I also have a great group called the Awesome Photographers Group, which is a private entry group anyway, but if you search us on Facebook, the Awesome Photographers Group, you can get a bit more information in that group, and it's fantastic because it's not filled with photographers who are blowing their own trumpet and talking about the best kid. It's filled with photographers who are making money. A lot of them are in my 6 Steps program, and we're all there to help each other out and spur each other on. Okay, well I hope you found this useful, and I'll see you in the next video.